Good morning and welcome to Zen Fits. Is it too early for us to talk? Everyone else is asleep, but I don't think so. You may be in another time zone for all I care, or not care, but for all I know. Today is December 1st, and my birthday comes up on the 15th. And then there's Christmas. Boom, boom. And the title of this talk is Watch Out for the Ripples. Now, Thanksgiving is over, and I call it Thanksgoing. Because, Thanksgiving is stressful, and it's a lot of giving, but also there's a lot of going, letting go. And that's the best part. Letting go is the best part. Because when you hold something, tension, stress, constipation, holding, you get old that way. That's what aging is. Aging happens from holding, grabbing, grasping, clenching, keeping, collecting, possessing. That's what Buddha said was suffering. All is suffering. The cause is grasping, clinging, holding, constraining, pulling together, keeping. Don't let go. Don't let go. The title of this talk is Watch Out for the Ripples. Now, an interesting thing. Well, funny thing about a ripple. Is it ripple's just a ripple. And suddenly I remember Mark Twain and his life on the Mississippi. Now, Mark Twain was a metaphorical writer. Mark Twain was an enlightened writer, and he wrote about spiritual realization, truths in stories. And you can always tell in an enlightened writer, an integrating writer. An integrating mind. I like that. An integrating mind is a mind that integrates, unites, connects dots, pulls together instead of dividing into this and that. So one thing that really stuck out in my mind was that he was a river pilot. And when you look at the river, and for Mark Twain, the Mississippi was a metaphor for the river of life, because Huck Finn and Jim were on this raft on the river of life, and he was a pilot on this river. And he said a ripple to a passenger is just a ripple, but to a pilot it's a sunken log, or a sandbar, or a rock. But to a passenger, it's just a ripple. Don't even notice it. We don't notice the ripples. And every ripple indicates something beneath it, a sunken log, a rock, something that we're clinging to, something we're holding, something we can't let go. And we don't even know it's there, because it's just a ripple. It's just a ripple. So Thanksgiving is full of ripples when families get together. They say things, insignificant things, that always have, if you have the mind of a pilot, something beneath the surface. You sense it. I know you all sense this and realize it. In family, well, anywhere, but particularly at Thanksgiving. If there are any hidden grievances, any hidden angers, any pain, anything anyone's collecting, holding, can't let go of, constipated with, it only appears as a ripple in passing conversation. It's just a ripple. Oh, I don't mean anything, it's just a ripple, you see. But you feel, well, wait, it's a sunken log there. I feel the pain there, but it's just a ripple. Doesn't mean anything, it's a ripple. Well, it doesn't mean anything, it's just a ripple, but at the same time, every ripple indicates something beneath it, you see. Just an interesting thing, my daughter, just an example, how we get what a single ripple can indicate deep, it's kind of like clues, a map, And the biggest one is well, just like I was taking my daughter, I'd take her to my son's house, and he was in Richmond, 50 miles away, because she had a midnight bus to New York. Sounds like a book, doesn't it? The Midnight Bus to New York. She had a midnight bus to New York. And so, but at the same time, so we were leaving. We wanted to leave around 6 o'clock so she could get to her brother's house and spend some time with him. But they were having this grand illumination in the park, 6 o'clock. And in Blackstone, everybody goes over to the little park in town, and they gather around and they turn the Christmas lights on in the park. The whole park is lit up like a Christmas fairyland. So everybody gathers around in the dark and then count down to sing, oh, pull the switch, and, oh, the lights come on. Everybody goes, whoa, you know, and everything. And, and they have hot chocolate. My wife was over there serving hot chocolate. So we were getting ready to go. We wanted to go, but if she went over there, she'd get, she's, you know, should I go to the park or go to David's? You know, Mom's in the park. I should say goodbye to Mom. I already said goodbye, but I should, you know. But if she went in there, she was going to get sucked into the crowd and the friends, and she wouldn't get out of there for an hour or so. So she said, all right, let's keep going. Let's keep going to David's. But I feel guilty for not going to the park. I feel guilty. And then we went on to David's, and fine. She caught the midnight bus to New York, you know. But there's a grand illumination here, you see. I pointed it out to her. I said, well, that's interesting. You know, maybe not then. I think maybe later. I don't know. But right there, this little ripple of guilt. You know, oh, my nature says I want to do this, but I should do that because I would offend somebody if I don't. You know, or maybe I'd be a good daughter. I'd be a good family member. I should do that. A good person, a good mother, father, daughter, son. I should do that, but I want to do this, you see. So, the river splits, you see. The river splits into what I naturally need or want to do and what I should do. And now there's two me's, you see. There's the me that should go to the park and say goodbye to the family. I've already said goodbye to him anyway. To be dutiful, to do my duty, go to the park, or go catch that midnight bus to New York. Go to the park, midnight. Either one would be okay. But when the two divide, you see, now what's in between? There's two me's here. Me in the park doing my duty, me catching the midnight bus to New York, and my life, you see. My life is going in that direction. Park, duty to friends, family, expectations, duty to my, you know, whatever the duty is, you see. And my duty, two duties are split. And what does that feel like? It's like I'm divided into two me's, and if you divide something, a magnet or a bubble gum, a rubber band. In other words, when you divide yourself, there's a, and what does that feel like? Guilt. Guilt, you see. And when you release the guilt, I'm back. I'm me again. I'm one again. But if this is a sunken log, our life goes through with these little ripples of, I feel guilty. It's just a little feeling of guilt. It'll pass. It's normal. It's normal for me to feel guilty. I always feel guilty. I always feel this, you see. But it's just a ripple. It's just a ripple. It'll pass, you see. But if you were a river pilot, wait a minute. There's a sunken log there. Let me look at it. Let's see, what is it? Let's go into that ripple. I don't know what it is. Let me go beneath the surface. Is it true that I'm guilty? Is it true that I've done wrong? What is the truth here? That's the question the river pilot asks. What is the truth in this ripple? Not whether it's just insignificant or whether it's a good ripple or a bad ripple or what. Let me look into it, you see. So, the title of this talk is Watch Out for the Ripples. So when we become a river pilot, we become aware of the ripples. Not because they're right or wrong, not because we can fix them, not because we can avoid them. We just become aware. We just notice them. Oh, isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? Anyway, have a grand illumination. Oh, I wrote this up here. Can you read it? The light is on it right here. This is my blog, To Kill a Minotaur. So all my talks, all my fits, I post on my blog with what I write about during the day, in the morning, because when I do a talk, I write about it, and people comment, hopefully, not many. But there's a thread of ideas and unfold, like a cotton ball, you know. So we pull the cotton ball apart, and the cotton ball here is the ripple. And so I post them on my blog. So if you go there, you can read what's written and also see the talk or share it. And it's also, my talks are on YouTube. Ed Conley, YouTube. I've been doing this for years. I'm getting a following. Anyway, thanks for dropping in. Have a grand illumination.